I think there's something really important here that I don't want anyone to miss, because you really made a shift. And there was that defining moment, right? With that really troubled client that made you to make that shift. But for me, there's also a mindset, right? That shifted within you to be okay with making that transition from the agency model to doing more online work, doing more digital projects, digital products. So can you talk about really what does it mean, number one, like that mindset to shift to doing more in the online world? Some service business owners are still like afraid of really fully stepping into it. And then let's also just talk about the mindset that you need to be in when you're running that kind of evergreen funnel. What kind of mindset do you need to have to operate that successfully?
Yes, yes. So number one, the mindset shift I kind of share even with just personally is that I really like realize that, as business owners, right, life is going to happen. So the problem is a lot of people, they don't set up their business with the right safety systems in place that if something were to happen to them, they can still make money. Most people have, especially service providers, they have a business that if they get sick, if they have to take maternity leave, if something happens, they just need to take off. Guess what happens? They lose money if they are not in there running the business. And I had personal things throughout my years on entrepreneurship. I've had a lot of things happen that, I mean, like I almost lost everything in my business once because I had some personal emergency happen, and I like almost, I lost some clients because I couldn't perform because I had to take care of a personal family thing that was happening. And this is real. Like this is so real. And a lot of people don't, especially a lot of women, they don't want to outsource, they don't want to get help, they don't want to put in automation systems, and they're doing everything manually. Okay. So for me, I was like, no, I want a business. I quit my 9 to 5 job for freedom, and I want freedom. That, to me, freedom is so important. It's more important than money. Freedom is more important than money. If I'm making a lot of money, but I'm doing stressful launches every damn week, and I'm launching every 2, 3 weeks, even every 6 weeks, that's a lot of launches, and I'm stressed out, but I'm making a lot of money, then that's not worth to me. That's not, I don't want that. I would rather make less money and have more free time. So for me, I highly value freedom and autonomy.
Yes.
Okay. I value freedom. So that is why everything in my business must be set up so that if I'm not there, we still make money. And then also, when you have an evergreen funnel, what I have found for myself is that I can take off time to be creative. I'm not stressed out as much. I can take space just to work on myself. I can be there for my family when I need to be there. It just gives me so much more freedom to do that. So, what you have to think about is how important is freedom to you? How important is
Mhm.
freedom to you? I left my job because I wanted freedom. I wanted to have creative freedom. I wanted schedule freedom. I wanted time freedom, and I wanted financial freedom. And when you have an evergreen funnel, the sky is the limit to how much money you can make, right? You can do a funnel. You can get people into your sell. You can sell your courses and memberships. Just you don't have to spend money on ads. But if you add some Facebook ads on top of that, the sky is the limit as far as how much you can make. Okay, and I have also I do paid ads as well, and everything is automated. The paid advertising engine is finding leads for me every single day. I don't have to go find people, it's finding it for me. It's like my own personal robot. i
Mhm.
like i like to look at automated funnels as having excuse me, it's like you have a personal robot that works for you.
Yeah, everybody needs that robot, right? So let's jump into
Sorry.
how does one get started with setting up this automated funnel in their business? What would be the beginning of the process if people are like, oh, I'm feeling you, Alma, this sounds good, but how does this happen for me?
Yeah. So one of the things you need to do is you need to build an audience. The first step is you want to build an audience so that you can sell your courses or your digital products to them. So the foundation of selling digital products consistently is audience. You have to have an audience. I cannot stress this enough because I see a lot of it actually, this whole concept of selling online courses has become very popular. If you go on Instagram and Facebook, you're going to see people talking about, oh, you should sell courses, and they just don't, it's constantly telling you that you should sell courses all the time. The problem I see happening is that a lot of people try to do a course and they fail because they don't invest time and effort in building an audience of buyers. So the first thing you have to build and you have to consistently work on all the time is lead generation. You need to build an audience. So when I say audience, I mean you need to have an email list. Okay. You need to have an email list. And then the other thing I recommend is you also have social media followers, or it doesn't have to be social media. It could be YouTube subscribers, a podcast audience, but you want to have an email list and then combine it with some type of platform where you can really interact with those people that are on your email list, invite those people to follow you on XYZ platform. You do not have to be on every single platform. One thing I'm going to tell you right now, don't try to be everywhere. Just pick one or two. If you like Instagram, just focus on Instagram and have an email list. So you have an email list and the same people on your list are following you on Instagram, or the people on Instagram are on your email list. Like, so they need to work together in cohesion. That is the foundation of an engaged audience of people who will buy from you. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're not already taking notes, you need to get your notebook out, because this is super critical. I 100% agree with that, Alma. One platform, don't be a master of none, have a place of focus.
The other mistake people make is sometimes all they do is they just focus on social media and they don't build their email list. And you should never do that. These social media platforms can change their mind. They could shut down your account. They could go out of business. I mean, we don't know how long Facebook is going to be. I mean, we don't know.
Right.
Anything, YouTube or this or that. So you don't want to only have people on social media and not have your email list. Your email list. My email list is responsible for over $500,000 in sales, just from my email list. Okay. So that should be the foundation of your business.